Thank you, Dr. Olson. We have a treat for you today. One of our scholars, who is going to be graduating in May, is going to give a brief presentation to you about her experiences, both as a scholar and at Daemen, and a little bit of life, too. Her name is Aman Shamaa.
Hello, my name is Aman Shamaa, and I can say it's a little surreal to be on this side of the stage. In a few months, I'll be pursuing my career as a physician assistant, but as I stand here looking at you all, I can remember when I was in your position, which I can't believe was already 5 years ago. During my senior year of high school, I had toured several campuses and I completed many interviews. Daemen College happened to be the last of my interviews. I was still extremely nervous and I was unsure about my plans for the future. At the time, I was uncertain about so many things, which college I would go to. I'm originally from the Western New York area, and I didn't know if I would stay local or go away, to which major I would pursue, to what my future career would be. It had been some time since my Scholars Day interview. I was narrowing my options and finalizing my decision, when one day, I was in the middle of writing an essay for school, and my mom, she's calling me from downstairs. So I go downstairs and she tells me I had a voicemail left for me from Daemen College. I listened to it and it says something along the lines of, if you can give us a call back, we'd like to speak with you. I told my mom, I'm in the middle of something, I'm busy, I'll just give him a call back later. But my mom, she kept pushing me to give him a call back right away. She had such a strong feeling that there was something special about this call. So due to her persistence, I did give them a call back right away. I was thinking it would just be another call I had received from numerous colleges, asking if I had any questions. Instead, the person on the other line told me that I was one of the recipients of the Trustee Scholarship. In that moment, I was completely shocked. First, how did my mom know of how important this call would be? And secondly, out of everyone, I couldn't believe I was one of the students selected. I was at this event, I had met the other applicants, and they told me their impressive accomplishments. Daemen College saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. Filled with emotion and disbelief, I stammered through the rest of that conversation. When I hung up the phone, I remember as I went downstairs to tell my mom, wide-eyed and jaw to the floor. I'll never forget the joy in her face when I shared the news. It was even better than she could have imagined. My mom, who from elementary school through high school came to all of my events and competitions, and she's even here today. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. My parents' biggest goal for me was to receive the best education. With their support and encouragement, my success was a testament of their hard work as much as it was of mine. Up until that point, I had been strongly considering Daemen College, and I didn't even think the scholarship was a possibility. Whenever I visited, the students were enthusiastic and welcoming that I felt like I belonged. My admissions counselors, they were easily accessible and helpful throughout the process. It was as if Daemen College was meant for me. When I began my freshman year, I started with calculus. I walked in not knowing a single person as I selected my seat. I thought first day we would just go over the syllabus, which we did for the first 5 minutes, and then got right into the material. I went home that day feeling a little overwhelmed. When I came for the next class, I was relieved that everyone felt the same exact way. Due to the small class size, we all felt comfortable asking questions during class. Because there was only 15 of us, I ended up knowing everyone by the end of the semester. One particular day, I went to my professor's office hours before an exam. When we were going over a problem, he turned to me and he said that he had a lot of confidence in me. I thought, well, that makes one of us. When I was uncertain, his encouragement helped validate the time and effort I was putting into that class. After the semester was finished, I was recommended to become an academic coach. It was a job opportunity for me, and it's a free service to students taking the class. I remember the first person I coached. She came to me very distraught after receiving her first quiz grade. She didn't do as well as she had hoped, so together, we met a couple times a week, and I went over the ways that made me successful. After her first exam, I was waiting to see how she did. She came to me, she hugged me, she thanked me. She ended up getting the highest grade on that test. She ended up doing very well and coached the class herself afterwards. What's unique about Daemen is the relationships that you form with your professors. As a Buffalonian, you know we have the best wings. So my freshman professor, he arranged for our class to go to where the wings were invented, Anchor Bar. Downtown Buffalo has a lot of great attractions, so we saw a performance and then we headed to Anchor Bar for all-you-can-eat wings at no cost to the students. This was an opportunity to get to know my professor and peers in a setting outside of the classroom. And let me tell you, those wings were excellent, by the way. And the two people who sat next to me are still my friends, even though we never had another class together. College isn't just about going to class and getting to know your professors. I had the opportunity to play for the tennis team. Some of my most memorable moments in college came while playing for the team. I was able to continue to play competitively at a level I had never been challenged at before. I traveled to places for the first time, such as West Virginia and Boston, Massachusetts. If my teammates are going to tell you anything about me, they're going to tell you that I love to eat and I love food. Some of the best meals I ever had were on these trips, as a whole team would come together, whether it was a win or loss. Although it was challenging to manage my studies and extracurricular activities, I learned how to prioritize my time as I'd bring my flashcards along for the van rides. My teammates, they'd always joke with me as I'd listen to my medical podcast as I'd warm up. One of the things I like to do during my free time was go to the other sporting events on campus. You can figure out when it's game day because you'll see that the library is much emptier than usual. There were those times I thought, you know what, I'll take a 10-minute break from studying, go watch the game, and then come back. But when you come to this gym during a game, it's absolutely electric, and there was no possibility of leaving. When you talk about home court advantage, there's nothing quite like our Wildcat fans. I'm proud to have witnessed our basketball team's 44 home game winning streak. It was impressive that my small private college could have the second longest home winning streak among basketball programs in the country. This year, our volleyball team hosted the Division II NCAA tournament, and you know what? I regret that I never went to a game before this year. It was my first time watching volleyball being played properly. It was exciting to watch them come from behind and win in their first ever NCAA championship game. You know, I'm a huge Buffalo sports fan. Go Bills, go Sabres. Unfortunately, they don't win as much as I'd like them to. But I'm glad I always have my Daemen Wildcats to cheer for. During my time here, I was able to do things that I always wanted to do but never had the chance, like paint nights and cross-country skiing. I came in as a physician assistant major, and I ended up unexpectedly double majoring in psychology. Because I had taken several college-level courses in high school, my professors worked with me and worked with my schedule to allow me to expand my studies. When I began my upper division physician assistant coursework, I formed a camaraderie with my future colleagues. We struggled and we triumphed. It was challenging at times, but I can say it was worthwhile when I began my clinical rotations. I was able to witness open heart surgery, and I felt confident, prepared, as I managed patients in OBGYN, to mental health, to pediatrics. It'll be bittersweet when I walk across that stage at graduation to start my new chapter as a physician assistant. I know that I'll be leaving behind a big part of my life here at Daemen. Having reached this point, Daemen College was the right decision for me. Sitting there, I know you may feel as nervous as I had felt, but I have confidence in you. I'd like to congratulate all of the students, who have been recognized today, and of course to their parents who helped them. Thank you.